welcome back to the Scottish Hero. And there's some things going on here since last episode. First, we played 2 games, and they went very well. Still doing a lot of experimenting. First game, I was playing the classic 4-4-2, and for the second game, I was back playing with basically, not sure what to call it, this formation. But actually, in half time, we changed it back because we got an injury and need to change a few things around. But these two, especially this one, I felt like this was the best game we played the whole season because we played away and we were playing really, really well. And one thing we have changed is I've started both the games playing counter-attacking. Used to be between standard control and attacking when I started games, but the last 2 games I've started as counter-attacking and also went from flexible to structured. So some tactical changes here and going from to more direct passes also because I feel like that suits counter-attacking better than shorter passes. And also we have 2 new signings, and the signings is first off one of the player that was a trial earlier, and that is Waterfall. And as you might remember, I had one trial. I had 2 central defenders as trials. Waterfall was one of them. He was not the strongest if you look at the stats. He was still pretty good. But we had another guy that was even stronger, but that was injury prone. And I actually felt like I was willing to take a chance on the injury prone lad because his stats was just so good. But actually his agent, we could afford his salary, we could afford all the bonuses and things he wanted, but we couldn't afford his agent's sign-on fee because I mean we are a very poor club. So I went with Waterfall instead. And that was probably a pretty good decision because, I mean, it's not injury prone, he has pretty good stats, and basically got, well, he was a trial. Let's see. He played and he got like a rating of almost 8 in a rating for that game. So it's only 2 games he's played, but a really good rating. So I'm hoping he can keep that up. And the other guy we signed is basically he signed Dorjayev, another Dorjayev. Because look at this, Dorjayev is suspended again. He got another red card and he's suspended for 2 games, and one of those games has already been. So I felt like since he's collecting. He's probably getting red card more often than most people like brush their teeth. So we needed a player that could rotate with Dorjayev because he gets those red cards every single game, I feel like. So we signed another ball-winning midfielder as a free transfer. We signed Paddy Lacey, this lad, and his stats is pretty good, I must say. Could have been a little bit higher in marking, but other than that, it's pretty good stats considering the level. And yeah, he's basically, he and Dorjayev will rotate for the same position, and it's most likely going to be when one guy have a red card, the other one will be playing. But it would be even better if we could rotate them during the game. So when one player has got a yellow card, then we sub the other guy out. So yeah, these are basically the changes. And yeah, talking about the league table, we're actually topping it because during the last 2 games that we managed to win, Ireland actually they got 1 draw, and then they lost. And they got a big loss. That was a draw. No, that's a loss. Look at this. They lost at home. We won against 4. I mean, East 5 is obviously a good team. They're currently in 3rd position. But, I mean, remember they completely destroyed us when we were playing at home. And now they got completely destroyed at their home pitch. But yeah, today we will start with Pizza, and as you can see, they are a very good team. They are only goal difference from a playoff position, and they're just a few points behind us and Ira at the top. The second game is going to be Annan again, because, I mean, we have a history with Annan, so we might as well live that history. So let's submit the team here and see what happens. But yeah, the tactical changes for the last 2 games, they have really worked. but I'm guessing it's too early to see how good it is. And look at this formation. This formation is definitely more a defensive one than the one we've been up against in the last 2 games. So maybe that can affect our tactics. Maybe we need to change things around. Because yeah, basically it's a bit different, but hopefully we can do well. But it's going to be interesting to see the statistics here, because we have 78% of the possession. So, oh no, it was just the first few seconds. So now we're back behind, because we need to be behind. I feel like if we want to be counter-attacking, hard counter-attacking, if you have like 60% of the possession. And a yellow card for Lacy. Who's surprised because he's the new Dorjayev. And a corner, and here's... And it's a goal! It's a goal from Lacy, and actually he scored last game too. So he just signed for us, and he's a ball-winning midfielder. And this is his 2nd game, and he has scored in both games. So that's a really, really, like, what a dream start. What a dream start. Like, can you imagine coming to a new club and scoring in your first 2 games when you're not even in a role that's supposed to score that often? So he's really off to a dream start in the club. But I'm guessing he's probably going to get a red card, because he already had a yellow one. And as I said, he's the new Dorjayev. Here's Linton for Stanton. Easton. Smith. Smith has been scoring every game. He's been fantastic. Easton. Huge. With a long cross for Smith. And as I said, he is our new goal-scoring machine. He is, yeah, his 9th goal of the season, and yeah, he's our new goal guarantee. Beautiful, beautiful cross there by Huge, and Smith makes no mistakes. Kind of bad defending. He backs away from his defender, and they just let him go. But I am not complaining. So what do we tell the lads? We want them to focus. Don't let the performance drop. Other than that, it was a pretty good first half. Not much happened, but we created like two highlights and scored 2 goals. Can't complain about that. And it's Lacy. Oh, I'm always worried when a player, a ball-winning midfielder with already a yellow card, when he's involved in a situation, I just feel like, oh, it's gonna be a red. And look at this! Look at this! I should become like a prophet or something. I can tell you about the future, what's going to happen, because yeah. Yep. We are 1 man down. And actually, for the game we won, as you might have remembered, we won a game and we were 1 man down for that game. So we are used to this. It's not kind of really like in any of these roles is really good for him. I'm gonna use him as a box-to-box for now. Probably gonna sub him a little bit later, but I don't want to do it yet, because yeah, we want players to get a little bit more tired. But yeah, one of those games that I won was, of course, the game that Dorjayev got sent off. So we managed to win a game with 1 man down. But that was another game, and they are creating chances now, and this looks like it's going to be a goal. Yes, it is. It's Campbell here. But I don't want to go defensive. I want to stick on counter-attack, because maybe we can do something. But yeah, of course, it's never nice to be 1 man down. But he just felt like when he got the ball there, before he took the shot, he just felt that it's going to be a goal. And that's exactly what happened. Damn it. Like, why is my ball midfielders is getting so many red cards? I mean, like, have instructions to like, stay on your feet and don't get stuck in and all of that. And still they keep on collecting those red cards. And what we want to do now is, of course, we want to replace one of the central midfielders. This McNeil. I'm going to use you as a ball winner. I know it's not your greatest position, but you'll have to do. You'll have to do. Other than that, I don't feel any, like, I think I'm going to keep it like this. Maybe remove Smith and bring in a defensive forward, just to keep it even more on that side. And they are getting some more highlights here. Campbell. Oh my god, that was a crazy shot. That, like, whoa. That was insane. McCallum here with the goal kick. Long one. McNeil, Stanton, huge. Back to McLaughlin. Stanton. Stanton advances. Here's Smith. Here's Smith. What will you do, Smith? All the way back to Jones. And Jones, that was a really shitty pass. That was a really, really, really bad one. But here is Stanton. Maybe we can turn it around again. Here's Smith. Smith is very lonely though. Needs some backup. And that backup is Stanton. He's going to take a shot here. He is. And that shot actually gave the goalie a little bit more trouble than it should. But it's not over here. Things is going quickly in this game. Intercepted by Jones. Here's Smith. Smith is alone. Now let's make another sub here. Let's see who are the really tired guys. Stanton is really tired. I don't have any good options to replace you though. I'm gonna replace Smith. Gonna bring in a defensive forward, focusing on defense. And let's also replace one of our wingers. Bringing in one of the youngsters, giving him some first team experience. And now I'm really considering changing to defensive because these 3 points is so important. We want to keep them. We have one man down. Strachan with a throw-in. Intercepted Linton. Oh, it's going to be a red card for them. So I guess it's final equalize when it comes to man on the pitch. But of course, it's just 4 more minutes left to play. So we had a rougher situation playing a long time with 10 men. So but at least we have equalized in that regard right now. We Stanton with a free kick, and yeah, not much happening. And 3 more minutes, and looks like nothing is going on at all, and I'm okay with that. But again, I felt like this formation, these settings worked really well with the counter-attacking up until, of course, we got one man sent off. I felt like if we wouldn't have gotten that red card, and I'm going to tell him I'm disappointed for you getting sent off. But if that wouldn't have happened, I don't think it would have been this close. I feel like we could have scored a third one then. And look at this, I got another draw. That's really, really good for us, because this means we are getting a small margin down to them. And we need that because they completely destroyed us in the last game. So we need that advantage because we are going to play them again. But yeah, let's move forward to the next game. And here we are with the Annan game, and of course we met them earlier this season. Then we were playing at home and it ended with a draw, and now we are playing them away. And yeah, we need to show at least one point, because if they win, they have the advantage. And we are using a mirror formation here, both teams. And of course, McKinnon is their replacement for Smith that played for them last season. And McKinnon, he haven't been the goal scoring machine that Smith was. And he played for them last season also, but I'm guessing those most was like a sub or something. So right now, when it comes to that competition, Smith is leading big time here, but shouldn't be cocky. Everything can happen, especially when you play them away, and they are just a few points from playoff positions. So yeah, we need a good result. We need to focus. We need to be giving our all, because if we don't, if we get lazy, they will punish us. So what do we want to say here? I don't want to talk too much about the win, since we are playing an away game. Well, let's get cocky then. And of course it didn't work at all, so let's have some team part-based talk here and see if that works better, and kind of did. So game on. Annan versus us, and of course this is a team we have met so many times before during the last season, but hopefully things is starting to come together now. We have won quite a few games in a row, and the new signings, they start to settle in, starting to get a team more and more the way we want it. But yeah, I'm not taking anything for granted. But here is Smith against his former teammates. Back to Dorjayev, was back from his latest suspension. And his Linton advances, kind of alone, and that was a bit optimistic from Linton. Definitely a bit optimistic and didn't create much. Not at all. And instead we have Annan. But it's turned around, and here's Smith. Here's Smith with the counter-attack. Here is Smith. Can he do something? Can he? Oh, that was a beautiful save by the goalie, Curry. Of course, Smith become a little bit out of angle there, but still, it was the best chance of the first half. Pretty boring first half, but here's Easton. Maybe something else can happen. No, it can't. Pretty boring first half, but at least we are not behind. But let's tell the lads, we're definitely not pleased. You can't be pleased without being in a good lead. We need to keep on improving, stepping things up. And here's a free kick for Annan. And here is McKenna. And it's off the post. We definitely got a little bit lucky there. I don't feel like maybe we shouldn't be counterattacking this game, because but at the same time, Smith's highlight came from a counterattack, so maybe it's the right thing to do. But I think it's time to change things around a little bit, because not much happening right now. So what I want to do here, let's do some serious thinking. I want to play with 2 strikers. But what do we want to change around then? Who do we want to remove? Do we want to remove Stanton or Easton? Let's see here. Easton is not having that a great game. What about Stanton? Well, they are kind of having none of them having a great game, but Easton is a little bit more tired. Not by a huge margin, but a little bit. So let's go to strikers here and see if we can create something from that. And of course, Kessler joins. He's been on the pitch for basically seconds, and then he gets injured. And of course, it's not a serious injury, but I'm not taking any risks here. I don't have the biggest of squad depths, so just don't risking anything. But he was on the pitch for like 1 minute before I got injured, and that's not great. Still nothing happened, so let's change here from counter-attacking. I don't want to go attacking, but let's say it's standard. Let's see what happens if we slow things down a bit. Does that work better? Something like that. And nothing, still nothing is happening. But I'm not panicking over it. I feel like it's okay. Not great, but it's okay. I have some lads with really bad ratings, but it's worth subbing them for that. I'm not sure. Not sure at all. Well, let's just do that. Sub the lad with the lowest rating. Hopefully we can get somebody else in that can improve things a little bit. But it's Duncan for Annan, intercepted by Wilson. Comes back. Here's Brunt. Brunt with a long ball for Smith. Here is Smith. Here is Smith. And he misses again. He misses again. Not a great chance there for Smith. Doesn't he want to score against his old team? Do you have too many feelings for him? Maybe we can create something here. And it's clear by the defense. And McNeil is not in any hurry. He's taking it really slow. Then all the way back here for McCallum. Stanton. And that was a bad pass. Things gets maybe turned around here. Let's see what happens. Ramsey. Annan is advancing. I'm not quite sure what to expect here. Are we gonna get a real highlight, or is it over? Because this has been going on for a long time now. Long time. But they are advancing. They are advancing. But that doesn't create too much trouble for us. And the clock is ticking. and it looks like we're gonna see another draw. So 2 games against Annan this season, both at home and away. It ended up with a draw. So we need to do some serious thinking here and tier crafting for the next game against them. Because first off, no, that was not good. Oh well, maybe. But yeah, we need to do some thinking here. Like, what do we want to change around to be able to beat Annan? Because I feel like we should be beating them. We are a stronger team. And this draw, of course, has some effect for the league table. Since both IRE and East 5 won, that actually moves us all the way down to 3rd place. But it's in goal difference. So we are 3 teams here that are very, very close fighting for the top spot. And that's it for today's episode. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.